Hi, ladies. It's Monique, and I run this Boundaries for Women page. And I'm here to remind you that you are worthy of love and respect. And that's why I started this page. That's why I started the YouTube channel. And I really am grateful for all of you that have been following this page. And I'm grateful that it seems to be helping a lot of people. So I had a question recently, and it was something like, how do you know if someone is truly sorry? And so I just want to address that a little bit, and it's a bigger thing to unpack, but hopefully this will kind of help start the conversation. Um, so when someone is truly sorry, first of all, it's something that you sense it. You can just intuitively feel when someone is truly sorry. And most of the time, when someone's truly sorry, it's accompanied by a behavior change. It's accompanied by a shift in how they interact with you. And that doesn't mean that it's always going to be, immediate or that people can change overnight. But there's a big difference between someone saying they're sorry because they just want to appease you, or they just don't want any trouble, or they just don't want to have to deal with it. And it's just quicker to just say whatever they need to say just to make you, feel better. And, but if something has been going on and it's been going on for a long time, years probably, and it continues to go on, and every time that person turns around and says they're sorry, but it's not accompanied by a behavior change, then very likely they're not actually sorry. And if they are showing emotion that looks like they're sorry, maybe deep down there's something in them that knows they've done something wrong. But a lot of times, if it's a toxic situation, or you're possibly dealing with someone that has either a personality disorder or an addiction of some kind, or a combination of the two, because they can often go hand in hand, um, that person may display emotion. They may cry. They may, make you actually feel sorry for them. Like, you may actually end up forgetting about how you felt, because now suddenly you're feeling sad for them, that they are so sad over having hurt you. And you may find yourself strangely comforting them for feeling bad. And that is a big, clearly that's a big boundary thing. And certain people are very adept at manipulating other people's emotions, but they may not be aware or trying to do that kind of behavior. That may just be how they are. That's a coping mechanism for them. So they don't want to have to deal with something uncomfortable. So when it gets too much for them, they may, cry. They may get angry, or if you confront them, they may completely deny anything. This is a whole nother topic, but getting back to the point of somebody saying they're sorry, if someone keeps saying they're sorry and they keep doing the same behavior without any kind of change, or any kind of show that they are attempting to, get help, or attempting to get some kind of support so that they can actually change this behavior because they care enough about you, they care enough about themselves, and they care enough about the relationship to do that kind of hard work. Because an actual behavior change is repentance. Repentance is a complete shift in someone's behavior, the way they are. They're saying they're sorry, and it's matched by a behavior change. And it may be a slow process, but you can see steps towards that. But if someone is apologizing to you, they keep doing the same thing and then saying they're sorry, and there's this whole cycle that goes on, and then there's some reconciliation, and then you feel better for a little bit, but then a week, a few days, a month later, here we go again. Then that doesn't sound like someone who's truly sorry. And again, if someone has a genuine struggle, whether it's a mental illness, a personality disorder, addiction, anything like that, um, people still have the capacity to get help if they see that they're harming someone else. And if they're not capable of doing that and it's causing you a lot of pain, then the real question is, and the real question in general is, how long are you willing to tolerate this behavior, this situation? And how much of your life, how much more of your life are you willing to invest in that? And that's a really difficult question. It's a very difficult place to come to, but it can be the question that turns your whole life around. To really ask yourself, how much of your life are you willing to exchange for this situation, this relationship that continues to have the same patterns, the same behaviors? And is this helping you to thrive? Is this helping you to be and have and do all the things that you really deep down would love to have in your life? And if it's not, which very often it's not, then some decisions need to be made. And just know that you always have choices. No matter what a situation looks like, you have choices that you can make for you. And to always come back to the question of, what do you need? And is this part of what you need for your life? And to not allow yourself to feel guilty or ashamed for asking that question. These are really challenging kinds of situations. If you're on a Boundaries for Women page, likely you have situations in your life that have really challenged you in this area. But there's some different ways to deal with these situations. So let's say somebody, they have shown some attempts at changing their behavior, but then they keep slipping back into that, right? Again, they may be trying, they may be doing the best they can, but the question is really about what's good for you, not trying to figure out for them what's best, but what is it that you need and how much more can you tolerate? So if this is not working for you, if you're constantly in emotional pain over something, then there's a couple options, right? You can either leave the situation completely, which takes a process to get to, but that's possible. You can get distance from that situation. You can either remove yourself physically from that situation, or if this has to do with family members, people that you feel like you have to interact with, you can limit how much time you spend with them, how much you interact with them, and also how much intimacy you allow with them, emotionally, how much intimacy you allow, how much you're willing to engage with them. And you start setting limits and boundaries around how much time you spend, how much you talk to them, how much you see them. That's completely up to you. And if you'd like me to do future videos on how to start doing that, to start that process, if that's a decision that you're making, then I can do that. But that can be a big way to, because then the other person, as long as you're playing this game, as long as you're entering this cycle with somebody, it will continue, right? But if you change the dynamic, once you change and you change how you're interacting in that, the other party, they don't have any choice but to change. They have to make some kind of shift because you're no longer engaging this round and round and round that goes on. Once you step off the merry-go-round, the merry-go-round is going to keep going, and it's up to them whether they want to step off it too. So I hope this is helpful. If you want me to go deeper into this, if there's more on this you'd like me to talk about, I definitely could do that. The more details, the more specific it is, the more I can address something. So thank you for watching. I hope this is helpful. Hope it's kind of a first step maybe. And yeah, I'm thankful that you're here. I'm thankful that you're watching and that you're doing what you need to do for your own personal growth and your own self-care. So take care. Lots of love. Bye.